Hello, family. Are we rolling? I guess so. Yellow fellow in the background. Such a beautiful bird. Anyhow, second installment in the playlist that we will call movie reviews. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. I think it's here. But the screen is backwards. I don't know. And I'm using my state-of-the-art technology. As always, it's my little compost bin from the kitchen with a lid and the phone sitting on top of it, and there's a rock behind, so, and there's no background noise reduction or anything like that, so we'll do our best. So, yeah, about movies and reviews. There was another movie, and I don't remember where I was at when I saw this or how I came across it. Very random chance, let's just say. And it's called Cell. That's just one word, just the name of the movie, I think. If I remember correctly, it's just one word title of the movie is called Cell. Now, I don't know who stars in there. I really don't know all the names of the movie stars. But I want to say maybe it's a Cusack, something or other, Cusack character. Anyhow, so, and I'm just going to caveat again and say that I don't believe in spoiler alerts, especially for movies that are like more than a decade old. If you haven't seen it by now, go ahead and see it. But it's really hard to spoil a plot of Hollywood because, well, there's no imagination there. There's no creativity. There's no regenerative principle. It's just a regurgitation of, well, we're just making this movie to disclose some information to you, and if you believe that you're buying a ticket to have yourself entertained, yeah, right. So we're gonna actually program your sacral, or sorry, not your sacral, but your pineal gland, your eye of Horus, your what do you call that? Eye of Horus. Something, the ojo tercer, or your third eye, or whatever that might be. Your seed and your seat of all that's created in the world. Okay, that's what they're projecting, right, into your sacred imagination so that you can create it. So this movie was called Cell, and it started out, I think the opening scene of the movie was in an airport, which in and of itself is, well, it's lots of things, isn't it? But it's a place to have your soul harvested. Let me just say that. Stand in this line, stand on that X, go through this, do that. Take this train. San Francisco Airport is one of my, oh my God, and don't get me started about London Heathrow and some of those other ridiculous places. Anyway, it's a complete soul harvest to be in an airport. Kind of like a shopping mall. You know where that movie Dawn of the Dead opening scene was in a shopping mall? I wonder what they're trying to say. So in the airport, and this star of the movie, Cusack, I think his name was, he's got his cell phone, but he turned it off and didn't turn it back on, and he just chucked it in his bag or his pocket or whatever. And right after he got off the plane and he's wandering through, and his there's some beam of frequency come into the airport, and it connects to everyone by way of Cell. C-E-L-L. Now, we could say that could be the cells in your blood, the cells in your organs, the cells anywhere throughout your body, right? The globules, or they call that little, yeah. And we could also refer to it as cell, like cell phone tower signal. Cell. Like that, right? And the frequency comes off of the cell like this to permeate the immediate vicinity and beyond, depending on how much infrastructure one has in place. And the composite matter of the, let's just say, organic matter that you intend to influence with such a frequency, or the electromagnetic frequency of the being itself, which is then manifested into the cells, whether that's the blood cells or the cells that make up the liver or the cells that make up the brain or the cells that make up any other part of your body, right? That is what. So when you hear a word, you can't just go, oh, well, that's what pop culture says the word means, or that's what Merriam-Webster says the word means, or gotta go back to encompass all that the word may mean. A cell could also be a cage, right? It could also be a prison, right? So perfect, the word of this movie, because it refers to the mobile piece of the terrestrial based infrastructure of an overarching off-world military war plan called Total Spectrum Dominance. Or at least that was the name of it when I came across it many decades ago. Now, so here we are, talking about a movie review, but we're also talking about, I could tell you, but I have to kill you. Because literally, the non-disclosure agreement has lethal consequences when you're exposed to these things. And there will always be Agent Smith activity involved with when you do try to disclose it. So, like, a case in point is these people making lots of noise and coming onto the porch and saying hello to me, and just like all kinds of things to just appear out of nowhere. Par for the course. So I will just see if I can rephrase this so I don't encounter any of the dissonance, so that I can vanquish it from the space, so I can have a clear discussion. It's all good, perfect, divine order, love it, magic, everything. But now, oh, did you know, by the way, that's why they call it a smart? I would just, excuse me, let me clear my throat with a drink here, because I want to make sure I didn't mispronounce that. Mm. I think we call it smartphones and stuff like that, right? Smart. SMART. Secret military arranged radar technology. Again, a cell phone is what it is. But in the hands of those who espouse a zero-sum game, non-stop repetition of hell on earth. Hell is repetition. Revolving without evolving. Thanks for your patience while I take the pauses I need to take and make the diversions I need to make and skate around the things which abate. Because, got fact checkers and all kinds of stuff trying to prevent what I just said. Secret military arranged radar technology. It's a name that we give. It's an acronym. Doesn't mean your phone is smart. It doesn't mean any of this technology is holistically intelligent at all. It's, yeah. So back to the movie. So he gets off the plane, this actor, right? And his phone's, for whatever reason, it's not working. So he's not subjected to this pulse, this electromagnetic frequency, EMF pulse. Because a frequency is just a frequency, right? But on the frequency is carried data. On the frequency is carried a vibration, which affects us on every level, because we're electromagnetic frequencies existing inside of a skin suit or an avatar or whatever you call human vessel. And so he's the only one in the movie that's not affected by it, and everybody else in the airport just goes stark raving mad. They either throw themselves off the balcony and commit suicide, or they turn into these like zombie type people that are going after with complete violence, all the violence that's like boiling under the surface of the happy discontents and the wicked feminine and the ones that are continuing to go back and forth here and interrupt my video. Oh, love it. Gotta love it. Anyway, so he's the only one in the airport that's not subjected to this pulse, this frequency, and then everybody else around him just goes stark raving mad, psychotic, lunatic, just zombie, right? Without consciousness. of any kind, with no consciousness of any kind. Like, no, just not even like basic bestial level consciousness. Like, just, yeah, like that. So, yeah. Anyhow, he manages to escape from the airport, and he's trying his best to get back home to his, I think, his son. Or, I, I don't remember exactly. You'll have to see the movie. But anyway, the sun, the light, the S-U-N, the male child, the S-O-N, the son, who's trying to get back to save his son. And he ends up in this, like, I don't know. I really don't know what it was, like a tavern or an Airbnb, an inn, I-N-N, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. He ends up there with a few other people that were somehow or another spared from the consequences of this frequency that turned everybody else into a zombie. And they're all barricaded up in there, and they're trying to hide out against the zombie. You know, typical zombie movie stuff, right? And within, as within, so without. Inside, they have all these interrelational conflicts. Like, yeah, really on point. But, and they had made some attempts to rescue others. Let me say that again after I have a drink. Because we're not here to rescue. Of course, it's human nature, you see. Right? So they play upon that, right? So in front of this inn or wherever they were held up in, and this place arrived a vehicle, or I don't remember exactly how the vehicle ended up there, but the vehicle was parked in front, and somebody inside that had been, held up inside this fortress to create a barrier between the living and the dead. Again, another analogy, because there's quite a few of us that are walking around with the physical life, but we're spiritually dead. And in the truck, this vehicle, I think it was a truck, was a child. And from inside the inn, one of the characters in the movie said, "Oh my God, we have to go out there and rescue this child." Because he's in the truck and there's zombies approaching, and he's asking for, "Come help me." Whoa. So the guy goes out, he says, "Yeah, I'm going to go rescue this kid. I'm going to go rescue this boy," child, it was a boy. This son, this light of the world, this masculine niño, boy child. Niño is boy child, a child who's masculine. So the guy goes out to rescue this child, and he gets in the truck, and he's telling the child to come out of the truck and come with him and come inside the inn and get away from the zombies that are coming, surrounding any minute, gonna attack you. And at that moment, the child turns into a zombie himself, and he's like, "Hey, I fooled you." Anyway, And then at the end of the movie, I mean, there's lots of other things. I won't spoil or spoil the plot for you, but I just wanted to point that out. That's a little explanation behind Holly Weird's they have to disclose what this technology is. And so whether we treat it as disclosure or whether we treat it as, oh, just a science fiction movie, it's just meant to entertain us. Oh, just for our fun. Everything's for our fun here. There's no bitter that comes with the sweet. There's no... It's all just rainbows and unicorns. Yeah, so at the end of this movie, sorry, little digression there. At the end of this movie, all these zombies he's still looking for his son, right? This main character of the movie, still trying to find his light of the world. And, as it's portrayed in the movie, it's the biological procreation carbon copy of the child that he procreated. But don't let creation and procreation get too confused. And anyway, so he goes back to, and he's like, screw you guys, I don't care what, it's all that matters to me is my son. And I don't care if I get eaten alive by zombies. I'm going to leave this safe, secure place with this group consensus and this. Oh, we're all so safe here, but how safe are we? Anyway. And so he goes out to find his son. And he comes upon this big, huge cell phone tower. And the name of the movie, cell phone tower. This terrestrial, fixed terrestrial, what we would say in the communications infrastructure is a piece of fixed terrestrial based communication, as opposed to the phone or the laptop or the tablet, which is a mobile or not fixed, it can move around piece of the secret military arranged radar technology infrastructure. And so he sets out to look for his son, and he encounters this ring of zombies that's moving in a, I want to say counterclockwise position. No, I really don't recall. It seems like it was a counterclockwise position, like a devolutionary position of the timeline. To devolve as opposed to evolve. And the movie and the background noise and everything, and you're all like, oh god, is he really gonna get out of the car and do this? And he does, and he goes right up to these zombies because they're all entrained. They're all just circling around the base of this cell phone tower without just complete oblivion to anything around them, without not even a reptilian brain, right? Just mindless going around a circle, right? Kind of like what they do in Mecca. Did I say that out loud with the cube and going to do the Hajj and stuff like that? Anyway, That's a shout out to all my Muslim friends. Anyway, so he just, I don't even remember how the movie ended, to be honest with you. I think he grabbed his son out of this devolutionary, unnatural timeline where all the human souls were captured and the population was devolved into a state of less than bestiality, like just complete no consciousness at all. Corona chakra completely taken over. I think that's how it ended. He grabbed his son, and I really don't remember now. I don't know how it turned out. So there you go. I don't actually have a spoiler alert to deliver. Just wanted to share some perspectives on my review of the movie called Cell, based on my own objective and an analysis and what I see presented in the movie, based on also, or vis-a-vis, or alongside with, that which I happen to be privy to. Okay. Can't really talk about it, because as soon as I do, the video will be erased and more Agent Smith activity will enter into the field. Yeah. You know, just had to say it. That's my movie review of Cell. That's the name of the movie. Now, I don't know when it came out. It could have been 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20. I don't know. Just check it out. You'll see. You'll see. And then I won't have to tell you about the secret military arranged radar technology, as that applies to the overarching gee whiz, look how frizzy my hair is with all this humidity in the air now that the rains have arrived. And I just had to make that little side diversion of the words that I'm speaking to warn the folks about the disclosures that are contained within the Hollyweird movies, as this one pertains to the secret military arranged radar technology, or smart grid. It's always a choice. Depends on your perspective. Yeah, be careful with these AI devices, family. If you knew what they were about. It's just we're not ready as a species, as a collective consciousness, to include the ones who are controlled by off-world entities with the programs of scarcity and domination and control and power versus force and all that other kind of, force versus power. Like there's this prevailing, this is gonna be here forever. No, it's here now though. So thank you for bearing with me while I went on sidetracks and, diversions and off topic a little bit, and I digressed here and there just to kind of, see if this video doesn't end up in the. See if it doesn't end up fact checked. I love you, fact checkers. Thank you so much for checking the facts for me. Just don't know what I would do without you. Oh my goodness. Gracias. All right, family. That's my movie review on that movie. So stay tuned. More coming. Ciao for now.